episode 123, and we got my girl, Uniquely Niyia, on tonight. And we're going to talk about some great things tonight. We're going to talk about her being a holistic practitioner, and we're going to talk about
self-transformative therapy.
Yes. Yes. It's going to be a good time, so y'all stay tuned. And then we got Brittany on tonight, y'all, to help us tonight and do her thing. And without further ado, we got Miss Niyia. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm great.
Welcome.
It's an honor to be here with you all. I've been seeing a lot about the pull-up experience, so thank you for inviting me.
We appreciate you, really we do. And listen, I love your page, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Been a fan, so you know what I'm saying. I'm glad to have you on. So let's, like any other interview we had on, we like to start from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about your hood. Where are you from?
I'm from 131.
131, okay.
131st and Revere. I'm a real Cleveland girl.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Cleveland Public Schools.
Yeah, there we go.
All of that. You can make it.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Because it's funny, I live 114 for miles or whatnot, so you was right around the way.
Right around the way.
So yeah, so no, that's what's up. So okay, so let's start from the beginning. So after you graduated, where did your journey start? Where did your journey start?
That's an excellent question, because actually my senior year, I went and got a checkup and was told that I had a massive tumor that I had to get removed, and I had to have a surgery. It led me to go to summer school, so I had to cross after everyone else. It was a damper, but I had got an acceptance letter to Clark Atlanta University, so I went right to Atlanta, Georgia. And then in '99 it came back. This time they told me I would have to have a catheter, wouldn't be able to walk in heels, which is why you see me in heels all the time. It's a personal story behind that. And my body began to reject pharmaceutical medicines. So I was thrown into learning how to deal with the herbal holistic care, because I couldn't just take Tylenol, Advil. I tried, but it would not, give me those results that I was looking for. And so this career path kind of chose me versus, me saying that I want to be a holistic practitioner. It became a lifestyle for me. And every year my tribe would grow. I would meet more people in the field. And so now here in 2023, the world is more open to it. The lane is open. There's a lot of more people channeling, back what we're from.
Right. So let's backtrack, because like I'm glad you said, because like back in the day, someone would call you like, oh, she a witch or something.
No,
like that.
and it's been said. It's been said. I even remember, believe it or not, gravitating, telling someone that I like herbs and I like that whole feel when I was like 12 or 13, right? Didn't really know what I was saying, but I knew that I meant what I was saying. And the lady actually told me, no, that's something that witches do.
Oh, wow.
She was like, we're Christian. Wear pants. You wear skirts on Sundays. You gave the whole.
She went full Baptist on you.
Seriously, the whole spiel. And that's what I was told, and it disappointed me. And I felt like, why am I drawn to these dark things? What's wrong with me? Is the devil speaking to me? Why am I, And so that was a real thing for me. And it took me a while, because it was like a secret. I would be like, look what I found. Look what I'm doing, for real. And I didn't know that was her ignorance. How could you call anything that God put in the earth that grows from a root demonic or dark? It's like you eat an apple, but I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't take rosemary and boil it and drink it for tea, like make it make sense. So telling everybody that your intent was make something dark. You could use the Bible for wrong.
The first amendment. I already know.
It's your intent with whatever you touch. It's not what God made that's
good.
Twisted.
That is good.
That's good. Look, you starting to drop the ball. I don't think they're ready. So let me ask you this. So we're talking about. So I would say the internet opened up once again. Now you just open up the floodgates for information, right?
Yeah.
When you say that you've seen the trend of more people being more receptive of it after Dr. Sadie coming out and all these things coming out or whatnot? Or when you say you've seen the trend of it being more welcome?
We saw people that would say, I knew that, or I've been knew that, or they'll feel comfortable. I had this book since 1994, or my mother and I went here. You know, now the pictures and stuff is coming up. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna be shamed. When Nipsey Hussle transitioned, his mom came out. I don't know if y'all saw his service, but she talked a lot about how, you know, they did certain rituals and how he knew and was connected, and she felt like he knew he was transitioning. And Lauren London's was like he would burn sage and pray, and then you had all the brothers posting their sage in their room like, I got sage, Nipsey had sage, you know. You know, it's almost like you need something to attach it to so nobody calls you, you know, something. And when it comes to sage, I'm like, y'all, it's in the dressing, it's in the sausage. If you're burning it in your food to purify the food, it's doing the same thing to the air. It's no different. It's not like we like, forget God. I don't want God. I'm just got this sage as my God. I'll be like, where's the sage?
Yeah, what is this? Yeah, that wild.
And it's like, I see posts that say like, it's not God, it's not you, the universe, it's God. This is God's universe. Like, if He wired the universe a certain way, then we're all connected. It's not that serious. And so sometimes the labels can separate us more than just us learning and being open.
Come on. You got a record right there. No, but that's good stuff right there. That's good like that. Because I think, I'm saying, ignorance is a powerful tool when it's used
to divide us.
Yeah. You know, that's good stuff right there. So, with that being said, like you said, I can see that, like you said, and not even just in holistic ways, but just overall. When someone big does, I've been doing that. Oh, you know you was.
Yeah.
But now, like you said, now it's mainstream. What would you say is the biggest misconception people have, even though it's mainstream? Because I'm pretty sure.
Like what you touched on something very strong, and that's witch, right? So, what I believe a witch specializes in is manipulation. I do not believe in taking anybody's willpower and using it against them to have something that I want them. Oh, wow. That's dangerous territory. Yeah. You know, God has already commanded us here for a purpose. It's His story, and we're playing that out. When you go to manipulate that, that's dark. That's when you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a witch. That's conjuring. That's all of that other stuff. People have associated the tools to the witches. The tools aren't that alone. Yeah. The person is. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So automatically they'll be like, oh, she has that. That's what that is. And so I feel like I'm standing in the gap. Yeah. You know, I probably can help you with what something a witch done did to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing in the gap. I'm not afraid of either side. But I'm also now confident enough in who I am and in my experience to say what I'm saying to you today.
No, that's good. That's
good. So what led you to start researching into that, you know, having found out, you know, the health concerns that you had going on with your body? What kind of led you to kind of find your own resolution or solution?
Well, being told, being thrown all these diagnoses, right? And then asking the doctor, well, where did this come from? And they're saying, I don't know. We just know that we can't do anything about it, but you could take this medicine for the rest of your life. None of that registered. It doesn't register with
man.
It don't. If you really think about that, it doesn't make sense. I have to take something for the rest of my life, which means it's not working. Right. Because when you use something, it flushes, and then you're done with that period. You know, then you can start again with something else. Right. And so, and then you've only been in here with me for 20 minutes. You know, and then learning more about the full meridian. If your thumb hurts, it doesn't mean that it's your thumb. You know, I need to know what's been happening to you before and after. I can give you a perfect example. There's a lady who had a hole in her heart. She had lost her husband in a car accident. Her daughter had a stroke. And it was a lot of other things. Shortly after they found a hole in her heart. They just wanted to give her open heart surgery. Right. That's clearly emotional grief.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. She now needs to heal her heart and deal with the grief that's happening cutting that is even more extensive. You know, if we get into anything and we go to the doctor, they're gonna find high blood pressure. They're gonna find, because we're hyped up in that moment. You don't go get those checkups for those major diagnoses when things are
already
out of balance in your life. They're gonna find something. Yeah. So I started kind of just paying attention to the before and after, creating more patterns, and getting therapy, on one-on-one on my own. And like I said, I kept meeting people that were kind of working in secret, underground, because they bamboozled and backlash, this lane for a very long time. And so one thing would lead to another, and I found myself, kind of building. And then in Atlanta, they have a school called the Hill Center. And I was the only one of us in the class. Everybody else was from Israel, South Africa, different places. Wow. And they never used the word sick diagnosis. Okay. It was just an imbalance. None of their children have ever been vaccinated. Just the way that they speak about healing and balancing out, it's just a whole different feel to your nervous system. Okay. So they knew that words were very powerful, and that in order for you to heal, you have to first believe you can. Yeah. So if there's no belief time
out. Because I'm taking in what you're saying, but like, man, that's a lot.
Yeah. So if you're even not in agreement that I don't believe that I can heal, the medicine, the methods, the rituals, that's like the good soil.
Wow. Because the only reason I'm tripping, because like we had a black men's we had like a little summit a little while back, right? We were talking to a therapist, but we was talking about how internally we can call damage to ourselves with the stress and everything we're doing, and how that can manifest to actual physical problem. And I'm just thinking in my mind, like, that's so crazy. And we know, we black men, we're taught to bottle things up and keep it going.
And y'all the most powerful. Like, y'all ignite anything that a woman can birth. You know what I mean? Can do. If y'all give us the stamp, it's done. Whether it's for the good, or you know what I'm saying, or not.
That's good right there.
Yeah. So if they can get to y'all, they, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so now they do this power struggle with us.
Yeah. No. And I'm about to say, we will be here all night talking about that. Because like, you know what I'm saying, you get on social media and it's a constant struggle about, I got it worse than you. No, I got it worse than you. No, I got it harder than you. It's not even about that. It should never be about that.
My mom told me a long time ago, you can't measure anybody's pain. And that was that, because I had a cousin and she was going through something. I'm like, Ma, that ain't nothing. And she was like, no. For her world and who she is, that's everything. That's equivalent to you going through this for her. Yeah. And don't do that. And so you can't be like, oh girl, I got smacked. Oh, he shot me. That ain't nothing. Like, what? First of all, it's all dysfunction. It's all twisted, toxic. Yeah, exactly. And so we have to stop doing that to each other. And I just had a conversation with a young lady Sunday. We have to stop wanting to know a person's story before we respect them. I don't have to earn your respect.
Yes, come on.
I don't have to earn your respect. Like, we're supposed to just love each other that much and appreciate each other that much. Yeah. Like, oh, that's the guy that did. He cool. What?
Yeah.
Right. So.
No, that's, man, you dropping the gem tonight. Because, I mean, that's real.
We having it to sit.
That's real. It shouldn't have to come there. It should be already be given, Yeah. Now, if you say something that will maybe not respect you, I can get that, but.
Yeah.
But, wow. That's the whole game right there. So, okay. Let's get back. I want to get back to the circus. We can go. But I want to get to your circus. I love how you said you went to Atlanta, and the fact that you said you didn't see nobody else, but you seen other cultures.
I did.
There.
Yeah. And they were looking at me, and I'm thinking like, "Nah, come on, y'all, stop playing.
Yeah.
Like you don't know."
Right. And the fact that other cultures respect it and actually revere it as something actually that's something that needs to be learned versus ourselves, which is like.
We're rediscovering it, and it's something that was on their, probably along with their ABCs, they got, so they know the importance of it, and they're disciplined in it, you know, where we'll just be like, well, I tried that. Girl, you took 5 shots of ginger and you talk about something that didn't work. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might need a certain amount for a certain amount of time. And that's another thing. The reason why I became a holistic practitioner is because I learned that our bodies are different. And so those machines and things that they built weren't built with us in mind. And so a dose of something may not work in us. We may need 5 of that, or you know what I'm saying, 5 a day versus somebody else might need 1 a day for it to work. So it's not that it's not working. It's who we are, and we need to really know our own blood type and get the right So to get that to get your balance.
No, listen, we're learning today.
From a whole different.
So let me ask you this: what you learned? So we got the classes. You learned more. When did you start putting into practice? When did you start saying, okay, I can now help other people in this?
So I went. I took a class called Grief Recovery, and I became a grief recovery specialist. And I started. They allow you to form your own groups and things like that. And I really fell in love with it. And I noticed that some of the people that I was getting, they were on Adderall and all these different drugs that were suppressing their emotions.
Time out.
So
you got hit them with heavy stuff, because like I know so many people on Adderall. I know some people on so many different suppressants to help with depression, all that crazy.
Yeah, but if I need a release from something that's playing over and over and over in my mind, then I need to get it out, and that's holding it in. So it's not working, and so
this thing I'm about to break this. Because like I don't think they heard you. I needed to hear you.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, it has to be something else. And so the first thing I learned about was aromatherapy and the different frequencies and our breathing. And everything is a frequency. Us listening to TV, radio, the buzzing that happens behind it, or when at the end of the show you see the colors, it's already a certain frequency behind anything else that's played.
Whoa.
So aromatherapy has different frequencies too. Certain sounds and tones have different frequencies that break through, that will literally eliminate certain blockages or ushering a certain amount of clarity for you. So we're taking in all these messages and we're making decisions based on them. So anyway, I learned about aromatherapy and how to do certain blends, and I decided that I wanted to focus on the emotional wellness because that's what affects our people the most. We're very emotional people. We're very passionate. When we believe something, we stick to it. Like if you just look at the older movies that they show us, they bonded together on certain things, and that's just where they were. And so us being able to get past certain emotions, we can break through and get to higher heights. So I wanted to do that through aromatherapy, and then they also have an herb for every medicine. So herbs are in each medicine, but medicine is mixed with, let me first say, herbs are the real medicine. Pharmaceuticals are mixed in with synthetics. So they take a herb and so that they can stretch it, they'll add synthetics to it, but your body doesn't know how to process the synthetics. So then we have all the mucus that builds along the body. So the pharmaceuticals may work on one area while it's damaging another.
Wow.
And if you don't know how to cleanse that out while getting what you need from here, you're just always kind of connected to the system. Which is why you have your insurance, which is why you have to keep going, and and some of it is needed. Like if you have a fever and things like that, you do need I'm not saying don't treat in certain areas, but certain things you can treat at home and just have a healthier foundation about it.
So I think people are remiss to remember, like, they remember grandma remedies, but they understand that grandma remedies, stem from those.
But they just told us things like, oh, well, she didn't have insurance, so that's why she did that. No, she did that because it worked.
Right, exactly. No, listen, you bum my mind tonight. They tell you back, it's like, no, because I love how you said it, because like, I remember I messed around getting old. So I messed around with my back. I had what's they call that? Sciatica?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Sciatic nerve,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like the medicine they gave me, I'm like, this is not even helping at all. So
and if you Google it, what the benefits of each medicine, my friend has a 17-year-old son, and something with his nerve happened. If she hadn't Googled the medicine, so I'm trying to DIY my business, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it. That's why it's called self-approval, because I want people to start learning their self. I want them to just come to me. I want them to learn. But if she hadn't Googled the medicine, her son would be sterile. One of the side effects of the medicine was that he would have been sterile at 17 years old. It's so serious. It's so serious.
What?
It's so serious, yes. And guess what? It's on the paperwork, so she can't sue.
She can't sue her.
You have to read.
Man, listen. Don't get me started on that, because I remember when them shots, they giving them shots out.
Yeah.
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 The last one.
And now they're saying that it don't even matter if you got it or not. Or,
Yeah, not man.
Oh, it's yeah.
We're not gonna cancel
Yeah,
tonight.
okay.
We don't cancel tonight. But that's wild though.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But that's why, first and foremost, you have to know thyself, right?
Yeah.
You have to listen, pay attention. I can't tell everybody, to wake up in the morning and pray, but that's exactly what I do. I pray. I am grounded. I do believe in God. I do believe that Jesus Christ is the highest power. Hear me. But I don't deny any other powers, because if I have a friend that was not taught about Jesus and her path is working for her, who am I to dismiss what's working for her? Okay. I don't disrespect anybody. Yeah. But I also honor the foundation I was given. And I read and stay open. And again, I believe there's only one God, and the labels keep us.
I feel that. I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like all roads is going to get us to where, we need to be. And I would never spend my days and nights arguing with somebody over, like, I just feel like that's a waste of my God-given power.
Right.
I'm be like, yes, and amen to you, and whatever. Do I need to turn around for you? I'm going to do that. And do I need to take my shoes off for you? Yeah. Like, I'm serious, because what are we doing? Yeah. Like, let's just get past this first part.
Yeah.
And drink some tea. But you need tea for your lungs, your organs, your kidneys, let's work it out. So, I'm very passionate about that, and I'm really sensitive about people not believing that they can heal. You go to the doctor, you're fine, or maybe you don't feel fine, right? But you feel like you can live. You still planning the rest of your life. They tell you something, then 5 minutes later, you flush all of your whole everything down the drain from something that this person who doesn't know you, anything about you, didn't design you, don't care about you, told you in 5 minutes, and now you're repeating everything they just said and telling it to the rest of the world that's going to echo that. So now you got all these people speaking this over you. In a day,
my bad. Steve.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gotta pay attention to that.
Dude.
And while we're on that, y'all can play this or edit it out. But I want to talk about chemo.
Let's talk about it.
How I found out that they don't put cancer on the death certificate, right?
What?
So nobody's cause of death is cancer on the death certificate. That's something in itself. I'm gonna leave that alone. But then chemo, right? Chemo does what? It helps burn out the cancer cells, right? So if we cook a piece of chicken and put it on the stove and we burn the chicken, if it burns too hard or certain level, can we bring that back?
Oh wow!
Can we bring that organ back?
No.
So chemo should be the last thing that
that's
you
the first
seek
thing
to do.
Wow.
Because you see what I'm trying to say? Because once you go there,
it's no going back.
How can you go? And so I just need us to start thinking and understanding what stuff is doing on the inside of our body before we make those commitments.
We can go a little bit deeper. I was reading a report. They talking about the insurance company give the doctors a kickback when they prescribe the chemotherapy to the patients or whatnot. I said, hell no. That's why as a sin for them to make that the first priority versus to be the last.
And more. Like, I have so many stories, you know. I could write one of those chicken
soups for the soul.
Yeah, no, seriously.
You should.
And they just have, you know, things that I have my guests that come to me. I call them guests and not clients. They come to me and they say, hey, I'm in a hospital. This is what's going on. And I'm texting them back like, hey, ask for this. Tell them to do this. They gave me that. They looked at me like how I knew, but they gave it to me. I'm about to go home. I ain't set up in 3 days. It's so much. You got to think about it. They don't, if you're listed a certain, you know, ethnic group or belief system, they got certain special stuff tucked away for them that they won't give. You got it's something, y'all. It's something.
Man, what? We go them on classes after that. Cause like
it's something. It's something, and it's a system. I'm not here to say that it's wrong. I'm saying that you have to educate
yourself. No, that's good. I mean, I'm going to like, Doc, you better give me that good stuff.
And a lot of them, I've had doctors tell me, I don't send my kids to the doctor. Or I don't take this. Or I don't get this. And I be like, what? I've had nurse practitioners tell me, you know, oh, yeah, we had to do this. I don't do that. Like, because it's like once you get on the inside.
You know what time it is.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of them walked up their jobs during, you know, the whole COVID scare. Once they started seeing what was going on. It's we pay attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not hard to see. But our grandparents were told, like, God made every doctor and the medicine is from heaven and we're gonna, you know, and so it's not that it has saved a lot of lives. Let's say that. But when you go and, you know, you're just told today you have this, and this, and you're like, huh, and you just believe it. Those are the things that I'm speaking to.
Okay.
You know, if somebody just says, oh, you got 5 days to live, or, you know, if you do this, if we can't operate on you today, this is gonna happen. It's like those things. Pause, breathe, take a step back, get second opinions, find out what else you can do, get some, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just end your life and as you know it.
And I know that always tripped me out because I never got how a person could be standing up one day talking to you, then 5 days later, next thing you know, they dead. I'm like, how that don't even make sense to me? Like, how did that even happen? And like, when they say organ failure, they say all these things. Like, if they were functioning before, how did they go from that to that, like that, and that fast?
Yeah, and then you know how we're going through this thing, mental illness, chemical imbalance. Mental illness is chemical imbalances in the body. We are all susceptible to that. When you don't know your blood type and you're mixing different chemicals, or you haven't eaten, or you're eating a certain type of food, all the length of time that you eat, or if you overeat, or what you're listening to, or if you're drinking or smoking, those can definitely enhance your mood, you know, and alter your mood and your blood and your vital signs. So in those moments, you're not yourself. Now we're not saying that some people haven't always been that way, you know, but I'm saying, like, you know, be like, I knew him, I went to school with him, or I knew her. How did that happen? You see what I'm trying to say? Like, it can happen to anybody, but it can also be back balanced. You know, it doesn't have to be like, if they say that to you today, that's just the rest of your life. So it's just a lot. No,
listen, man, there's a lot because it's made you think, like, literally, like you said, I like, we're not saying don't go to the doctor's office. We're not saying that here.
No. And guess what? I'm not a doctor, and I'm not saying that anything that I'm saying right now is your truth. I'm saying that it's from my experience, what I've seen, and things like that. You know, and I'm telling you to think for yourself. It's not illegal yet to think. You know, don't believe everything you think now, and keep thinking and keep reading and keep exploring and researching and get to know yourself.
But I like the fact that you offer a different path, though. It's not like you said, not the end all be all. Because like I said, if you telling me you only got so much to live, I'm trying to figure out the best option for me.
Yes.
Versus just getting just the one. You're telling me I got 5 days. Well, in the next 4, I'm gonna try to figure something out then.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that, like you said, go to the doctor. But once again, you have another option.
Yeah. And I'll go to the doctor because I want the diagnosis. I want what they're gonna say and what they see, so that I can take that, you know what I mean, and start and then go back to them. I went back to them before, and they're like, "Well, whatever you doing, keep doing it, cause it's gone." Like for real, and that's all they say. Whatever you doing, keep doing it.
They're wrong, so
yeah. So, and if it was something wrong, they would say, "Well, tell us right now what you did." They just say, "Well, we don't see it anymore."
Yeah.
You know, so.
Okay.
Wow.
So, because I have been diagnosed with plenty of things. I just told you about the surgeries and, you know, different things I have been diagnosed with. But sometimes I would laugh in their face like, okay. Like,
they be mad like.
I am that girl. Like, girl, you got, I be like, all right.
You getting really face really?
So what pharmaceutical company that came in here, they gave you something you gonna give me today? I will let you write the prescription so you could get paid, but I ain't about to say it.
Right.
Wow.
Because, you know.
No, I get it. Listen. Yeah. So okay, so let's talk about this though, because like there's someone watching this right now who's like, I want to do what Niyia is doing. All right, let's talk about the business side of it all.
Right.
You went into business. You said what you learned, and you said I'm going to help others with it.
So I have several certifications. I'm a Reiki Master. I'm an aromatherapist.
So I'm sorry, Marquita's not here, but you gotta explain what Reiki is, because she'll know what that is. You probably looking like, what's a Reiki?
So Reiki is, like in the Bible, they talk about laying of hands, right? And so it's me agreeing with you for your healing. I have a deeper gift that God gave me. I am a seer. I do dream a lot. I do connect, you know, a little easier. You know, I'm not saying that I'm sure anybody can get to tap me in the way that I do, but it just happened easier for me, and it's been happening. My mom said I've been like that way since a kid. So, you know, I am a very visual person. And so, you know, say if you said, you know, I want to heal my wrist. And I'll say, do you remember a time when you didn't have the pain in your wrist? And you say, yeah. And I say, okay, I need you to see yourself in that moment, right? And while you're focused there, I'm focused on your wrist being healthy. And I may touch it, I may not, but we're taking time to focus in just on your wrist for however long. You know what I mean? Until it's
Listen.
It's a healing touch. The best way that I can say.
Okay.
No, that's dope. I mean, I know, because I feel like you visualizing it. Man, I don't know. This is so good right here. Cause I'm knee hurt. I'm thinking all the time.
Some stuff.
No. Yeah, but also different emotions tie into different pains in your body. What? Like your shoulder is hurting, you're carrying something that doesn't belong to you, along with your own stuff.
So what about heartbreak?
Lower back pain is you may need more financial support. A little bit higher could be a relationship. It's different things. Different things, and I have a book coming out. Shameless plug.
Okay.
It's actually
not you need to.
No, yeah. So I'm actually I should be having a book signing like in the next 60 days. To release it. So it's gonna be a list of the emotional how it's tied to illness in there, because a lot of stuff is just hard rewiring of your beliefs. You know, and what you tell yourself.
Yeah, we did. So
if you sit and honestly say, do I love myself? Do I like myself? Do I like my legs? Do I like my, you know, sometimes you might feel something, and I'm not above this either. You know, just because I have the knowledge, I'm still going through my own human experience. So you might have moments where you be like, dang, I did tell myself this for 5 years.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you can't expect something to work overnight. You've been telling yourself that for 5 years, but it can work overnight too. That don't rule that part out, but it's just, you know, when they say self-worth, you know, it's personal. It's personal.
No, listen. Man, I hope y'all listening, because like I'm worried about this episode. I'm like, all right, my lower back ain't where I need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then a lot of people, it's tough though, right? Because, you know, like I go out, I have fun, I'm still living my life within my, you know. So people be like, she was at the summer house eating bacon. They had a whole rack of bacon. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, listen. I ain't saying I got a garden and all I eat is rice and greens have to, you know, something going on in my body and they say no meat for 6 months, I can do it because of my discipline with myself. You know, I'm not like, I don't care, I'm gonna do, you know, that's not about to be what's, you know, what's going on. But you might see me somewhere eating a double burger with a, you know, whatever, and I'm gonna be like, hey, with my burger in my hand, you know, everything good right now. So, but you will know. You'll know. I think sometimes we just get into these comfort spaces where we neglect certain things, or we tell ourselves that that's just too hard to try to do.
Yeah, no, I got you. So, like I said, I know that someone, because like I want to learn. I don't want to have any guests in I do want to learn. So, what would you recommend someone who wants to get into?
Oh, you did ask that. I'm sorry.
No, you get. Bring it back.
Well, if they wanna come to me as a guest, or if they want to actually get it like certified in something.
All the above.
Okay. Well, I'm able to certify as people as an aromatherapist. So I do have my credentials where I can certify you as an aromatherapist. I do have a tribe of people that can attune, you know, you for a Reiki to be a Reiki Master. If you just want to learn about herbs, you can stop by my business for that. But I do have a lot of recommendations. Don't buy the $7 certificates off of, you know.
So
you can't learn herbs and aromatherapy online. You need to touch it, you need to smell it, you need to grind it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know
the whole experience.
And while I'm saying this, you know, the essential oils that you can buy like in Target or TJ Maxx for $5, those are for your diffuser. They may have a drop of peppermint in there, you know, and the rest may be a fractionated coconut oil. I sell therapeutic medicinal grade oils. So everything that I sell is for use to, you know, enhance your holistic journey.
I'm being with my humidifier with them.
So you're like, why her peppermint cost this much? Because it's all pure peppermint oil.
You know, you don't get it with that candy peppermint you found in your purse.
Yeah, and it even it smells different too. Seriously.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, and so you'll be like, oh wow, this is So it's an experience. So. Self-approved herbal spa. We just had a soft opening. The grand opening is June 10th. It's June 10th.
That's what's up.
So we're gonna offer herbal teas. We're gonna sell all the herbs for the main organs in the body. We're gonna do foot detox. We're gonna have yoga classes, sound healing. It's a stylist in the back that does scalp and skin analysis. We have esthetician. Everything is herb infused. So we are definitely promoting balance within the body.
So listen, your grandma let us know because we'll be there to help to celebrate you and whatnot. So that's what's up.
Awesome.
And I think that's dope. I mean, like I said, I feel like it's a way, just like I said, another path you can go versus going the typical way. Because once again, like I said, different body type, different ways you can find your healing or whatnot.
Yeah, and you know, we go through, if you think about how powerful we are, like we was talking when we say we were X-Men and all of that, how powerful we are, we go through so much and we just pop up the next day like it's nothing. Get dressed again, do it all over again. Whether it's a car accident, a death in the family, an argument, a bill, just stuff, conflict, just stuff happen, and we just balance and we don't think about the emotional impact and the energy. And we just keep going. But we get the car changed, the oil, we get gas, we keep the lights on in the house. We do all of this stuff to keep everything else functioning. But for us, we just go to sleep, eat, wake up. You gotta recharge, you gotta soak, you gotta get, you know, the nutrients you need. You gotta watch the right things, listen to the right things, take time. Like your body to be at optimal function needs so much from you too. So you need days where it's like it's a me day today. And that doesn't mean just get your nails done, hair done, a haircut, wash your car. Like it's stuff for you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the power of touch, you know, having somebody else work on you is powerful too. Outside of your partner or your, you know, your spouse or just dating. Like somebody that's intentionally focusing on your balance. Like outside of just, you know, going to get a prescription at the doctor or seeing the dentist. Like you need somebody that's focused in on just recharging your energy. and we weren't taught that.
That's true. That's true. You know, I was just telling a friend that earlier today because I'm like, wow, you know, in my 34 and a half years of life, I've never gotten a professional massage. I've never got a massage.
You got a massage?
I've never ever in my life got a
massage.
massage.
That's a whole episode. Y'all gotta go to the.
You know what? What's your birthday?
July 4th.
Oh, July 4th? Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And
you gotta come get a foot detox on
yes.
Get you together.
So it's funny that you bring that up because I literally said out of my mouth, I said, I feel like I'm neglecting my body. And it does go further than just the exterior, getting your hair done, your nails done. I said, I think my body has been begging, yearning for, you know, getting in there, getting those muscles, you know, targeting
Have y'all
areas.
had Dr. Abernathy on here yet?
No.
With the link?
No.
Okay, y'all gotta have him too, because he's a chiropractor. Okay. And I go to him, I swear by it. Just that alignment.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They get to working on me like honey.
Yeah, and once you start a holistic journey, I'm telling you, you go be like, ooh, I gotta go again. I gotta go. No, for real, it's really a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. And then you learn how to do some certain things at home. Yeah.
It's a whole vibe.
Wow.
It is.
It's a whole
episode. It's a whole vibe. No, okay. So yeah, no. And like I said, I'm loving the episode because once again, it's letting me know once again the things that are bothering. Not even just say I'm think on myself, man. I'm being selfish. I'm being selfish right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm like, dang, my back has been hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so okay. So let me ask you this. And this is just me asking because I know somebody that's going through some pain right now as far as like heartbreak or whatnot. What would you recommend in that time in their lives?
I have a spiritual bath for heartbreak. So roses have a high frequency. So when you're in love, or when you see people give each other roses, that's not just a real. Roses are one of the highest frequency flowers that actually promote heart health.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought
rose oil, rubbing rose oil on your heart, and all of that kind of stuff. That really does mend. It's an oil called helichrysum. It's really expensive, but it helps pull out things that the heart is holding. Like it promotes you to cry and release.
Wow.
And cleanse. Like it's certain baths and things that I can put together for that, and be like, oh, she put a witch bath together. No, I learned what the herbs do, and I know how to blend them, like when you cook your food and you season them to get a certain result.
So you getting seasoned now.
Period.
No, that's
listen, I be at home like I'm overthinking the damn St. John's Wort tea. Get it all out.
That's good stuff right
be
there.
in my head like, why am I in my head?
Yeah, that's good stuff. So
So I know we want to say how I said we have a holistic practitioner we have on part of the scene now. So that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we did this right here.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this is a whole other avenue. Like cause like I said,
and people be like, she trying to be deep and she trying. No, I have a real story. And guess what? My story is not on my website, and I don't always post it. I just try to post myself living and having a good time. But it's
we got exclusive here. We talking basically.
Like I have written a book before, but if you haven't written that book, like you don't catch me kind of leading with this conversation, because if I'm posting about this stuff every day, it can kind of be overwhelming too. Because one thing about healing is if you're not ready when somebody else is talking about it, it's triggering you, and you like, come on, you don't want it. You don't want to hear it, talk about it, because it's like I ain't there. I don't want to do it. She aggy, because get that out of here. I'm happy over here with my mess. You know, so it's a journey. So I try to balance all of that out, but now that I'm doing this, I'm ready to kind of talk back. And with the book coming out, I'm gonna bring all of that stuff back out, because it is a story how I got here. I didn't just wake up one day like.
Right.
I don't want to go to med school, so I'm about to try to put myself in they feel some kind of way. Like, no, it ain't none of that.
No, you got the story behind it. You got a reason behind it. No, that's good. That's good. So you got the book. You open up your own. What else you got coming up?
I have a line of my. Well, I didn't make the essential oils, but I did a lot of good research, and I can track the way that the oils that I sell have been distilled. So I have a whole line coming out, different sprays, mood enhancers. My bestseller is called Happy. I should have brought it just to see the real reaction on y'all today. And I don't have it with me. Dang, that's
part
my
two.
fault.
Part two.
That's my fault.
Part
but
two.
Happy is like, it's the bomb. It really is. It's unisex. You spray it, and it does what it's supposed to do. It just really break up the energy. And I made it for I made it for myself, and so in between clients, I can stay ready.
Yeah.
And they start asking me about it.
Oh.
And so after I used it for a long time, maybe like 6 to 8 months, I started packaging it and selling it, and it just went.
It just went from there. Wow.
You said you about to distribute that joint.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have Happy. And then I do United Women in White every year. This is the 10th year.
I'm gonna ask you about that. I was gonna segue into.
Okay, this is the 10th year for United Women in White. So we are looking for sponsors.
Okay.
But I'm looking to do that in September. And possibly doing it at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame again, because we really enjoyed that venue last year when we did it. And United Women in White is promotes women from all different walks of life to come together for a unique experience. So we just pick a topic, talk about it, release, and of course everything is geared towards wellness, holistic, and the bright side of life. Because enough of sharing, you know, the hard stuff. It's like, but what now? What did you do with that?
Yeah.
And where are you now?
No, that's good stuff right there. So you doing it, you know, you doing your thing. No, listen. So like I said, part 2, we gonna be at your place.
Okay.
And we're gonna get something that happy.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Get some of that happy.
Definitely.
Okay, so listen. So now I like to get down to separate questions because you know, one of the things I love about our podcast is that we love celebrate our city and celebrate people in our city, like great guests like yourself.
Thank you.
And you know, you've been Cleveland since you've been here, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have a bad stigma. The stigma is that.
Ooh, it's terrible.
Yeah, right. You already know.
When I lived in Houston and Atlanta, and I say I'm from Cleveland, they do leave me alone. They be like, "Oh, you from Cleveland."
But
oh gosh.
We'll be here all night because I you know, so crazy. I live in Cleveland. Born and raised. People are like, you're not from Cleveland. I'm like, wow, I'm not from Cleveland.
Or they'll be like, boom, 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 boom. Like, you know, bound or something.
No. Listen. But
or they will say, like, but people from Cleveland be like, you not from Cleveland.
Yeah, because I'm
not from Cleveland.
Because like, you too nice. You like, you know what I'm saying? You polite. Like, what? You have manners. What?
Wow.
like that's the unfortunate thing. But then I know the number one thing they said we cannot support each other.
Oh, unite.
Yeah, we can't unite. So what do you think are ways we can help break that stigma right there?
Oof.
I know it's a heavy question.
That is a heavy question. Trust. Trust starts with appreciating yourself and how you move. You know, somebody always coming up to you with, and they know everything to watch out for. I'm like, who are you? What you do? You know what I'm saying? Because how you know everything to watch out for only. You know, so when I see different people that's prominent in the city and they only work with certain people, I know that that's just a comfort zone. You know what I mean? Of them not wanting to branch out. One thing I can say when I lived in other cities is that my income did double and triple because they did not have to know where I was from to purchase this. They're like, oh, that's cool. Give me a couple of those. Who your friends? Here it's like, don't you know such and such? Oh, okay, yeah, I know you. You be like, what?
You know what? That's so crazy you said that.
Do you want this wine? Like,
or no?
Yeah, it's almost like, excuse my French, we fuck up the church money here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are we gonna buy this computer for $100,000 to sell it for $200,000 and then we split the money?
Yeah.
I make you mad next week. You not showing up for the buy. That's dumb.
Yep. Right.
We can talk about what made you mad after. Let's handle this buy.
Yeah.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, and I like to say on this podcast, we have had everyone from every genre, from I don't care who you with, we want you on, because once again, it's back to that. The whole reason we started this podcast, we like, you know, it's certain people in this city that you constantly see. We like, it is people doing great things in the city that people don't even get a chance to know.
First of all, Cleveland is the bomb.
It
Like,
really is.
our people are it, and
Yeah.
I consider myself to be well traveled. Our people are it. We have limited resources.
Yeah.
You know, especially for us, this ain't really our city. You know, when you go downtown and see the patios and stuff, it's really not filled with us, and if it is, it's a short time. We're limited, you know, in what we do and how we move.
Yeah.
But breaking in those rooms, you almost are not welcome as yourself. You gotta kind of tiptoe in. They invite you in, and you gotta be made to look like you're helping the lesser than, and you know, it's a lot of it's a game. You know, you gotta kind of play and fill in the game. Or we respect each other after something big has happened. You know what I mean? So the best thing that I could say is, you know, treat everybody like they already on top.
Come on now. I might be tired myself, by the way. No, but that's good stuff right there. I think if we all had that mentality, I think we would all go further. Like, give everyone, because like we don't care about the followers. We don't care about if you know what I'm saying. Like we only thing we care about is if your story can help motivate somebody else. I know definitely your story, and anyone we had on this part has been an inspiration or encouraged that person or made a person think it was possible. You know, that's the only thing we're looking for. We're not looking for if you have 100,000 followers, you have 2. It does not matter. As long as you're doing something dope that people, once again, there's a like, so our plan is to have these episodes out of school, and I know it's gonna be someone.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So I know it's gonna be a young man, a young lady. Like, okay, I want to do what she does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's that. Yeah. So I love what you said with that. So another question I asked, and once again, I love how he talks about this. He helps because this question came straight from when I seen an interview he had talked about his legacy, and unfortunately, as we all know, he passed away. But
he was assassinated.
Yes, he assassinated. But the thing that I thought was so crazy about that everything he said that he wanted to do, he did it.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? He created that legacy.
That's why his mom was saying she always thought he had an inner knowing because he was so in a rush to get done certain things.
Yeah. Wow. And the reason why I bring it up is like but he said in the interview, but he did it. And like my question that I like to ask all our guests, because like I said, what Jim Rohn say all the time, life's so risky. None of us make out alive, right? So the crazy part about we're all going to pass away. But I like to look back at the episode and say, she did it, he did what she said that she's going to do. Our legacy we're going to be. So my question to you is, what would you like your legacy to be for you as an individual, and then for your business also? I know, heavy, right?
So for me, I would like to. This is good. For me personally, my personal legacy, I would like to transform women's thinking about holistic care, their femininity. I'm not a feminist. I'm not for the feminist movement, but bringing that femininity back, bringing that holistic care back, and knowing that it's okay to be a woman of your home and a caregiver in your neighborhood and a resource in your neighborhood. It's okay to be known as the lady that they can come to for whatever. Like, implementing that back, because it's almost like it's no time for that anymore. Like, when I meet ladies that have grandchildren, they like, I don't get my grandkids. Like, that's a tragedy to me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
what you just said?
Right.
You know, like, where did that go?
Yeah.
And so, if I can have a say in bringing that essence back to womanhood, that would be something that I would like to be attached to my name. As far as my business, I want more. You know, I want them to be in different spaces. I want people to have first aid herbal kits to where they just know, you know, I've just burnt myself. I need the lavender. Put the lavender on my hand because the burn ain't gonna come up. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. Like first aid kits, holistic joints.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would like for things like that to be attached to something my business.
That's dope. You said it on the podcast, so you can't steal it now. She said it first.
Right.
That's dope. I will buy it. That's dope. That's something different.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. Okay. All right. So then this I feel like this is a multi-part question. Once again, like I said, we're trying to have these episodes that someone can watch and be inspired. And I feel like the market any good interview is, because you talk about so many dope things tonight. So my thing is, what do you feel are 3 key things someone should take away from the interview tonight?
3 key things. Know yourself, listen to your body, and don't be afraid to challenge the norm.
Come on.
Yeah, I think, as I pondered more than that deserves.
Right, that deserves a buzzing. Yes, no. Absolutely. Shoot.
Wow.
So, I'll be having a notepad. I'm pretty sure it's filled up right now. I know I'm going to I have the pleasure of editing these videos, so I know I'm going to be watching it and taking plenty of notes. But, so where can people reach you? Where can they be one of your future guests? Where can they learn more about?
Okay, my herbal spot is 3956 Lee Road, right in the heart of Cleveland, Ohio, the Harbor community. And uniquelyniyia.com. Uniquely Niyia is my handle on Instagram. You can help me get my Facebook back. I don't know who took it, but it was Uniquely Niyia on there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But everything is uniquelyniyia.com. SelfApproved Healing is the website for my business. But if you go to uniquelyniyia.com, everything is linked and connected to that.
Listen, this has been a great episode.
Amazing.
Yeah, like I said, so we
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, listen. I'm a believer now. this is all I needed right here.
Same.
So when we do part 2, we do part 2 at her place, y'all.
Okay.
We'll get some of that happy. You know what I'm saying?
And other things.
And other thing, yes. We're gonna celebrate Brittany's birthday. We're gonna have get that dude.
Getting it together with her.
Yeah. And I want some more sangria.
I'm mad. Delicious. Oh my God.
Lastly, guys, what they say, we gotta pay some bills. We had to say thank you guys for once again coming and checking out our great episode that we have with great people like Niyia that come on and tell their story, and you guys come out and watch every week, and you guys share, you guys subscribe, and we can't thank y'all enough. I know I get real Kanye West with it, but I know for a fact we're the #1 entrepreneur podcast in our city. You can't tell me otherwise. I know it. But once again, it's not even just a boast, but y'all make it so. You know, and we're continuously growing. It's consistent. So that's what I want to thank y'all for. I can't thank y'all enough for that. Next, guys, y'all been waiting for it. It's coming. We're going to have the podcast creation training, y'all. Looking at July, was it 18, 19, Steve? 19. It's coming. We're trying to get the band together, but it's coming together soon. But no, 2 days we're going to show you how to take it from concept to production to how you can make you some money. Because you guys, we're episode 123, so we're not just telling you something we haven't done ourselves. So you're going to learn from beginning to end what you can do to create your podcast and how you can get it going tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Please stay on the lookout for that. Also, September 23rd, guys, we are going to have a great Fest in Kane Park brought to you by none other than 2U Wines. We're gonna have wine. We're gonna have music. We're gonna have a good time. So please stay on the lookout for that. Am I forgetting anything out there? I think we got everything. Y'all stay tuned for Brittany podcast. It's coming up too. Yes. Listen. Y'all, she's learning. She's learning, guys. So you know what I'm saying. She's going through training now. She's doing a great job. We can't thank her enough for coming in and being part of the game. I think I got everything, guys. Listen, I can't thank y'all enough. It really warms my heart to know y'all watch this every week, and it let me know this is not in vain. You know what I'm saying? So I thank y'all. And we can't thank our wonderful guest tonight for coming on and sharing her amazing story. And listen, I'm going to be like, all right, rose petals, you know what I'm saying? let me sprinkle a little bit on my head. You know what I'm saying?
And you gonna be like, wow, that did work.
No, listen. I'm a believer now, so you gotta tell me. But yeah, we thank y'all, and we'll see y'all next week, y'all. See you then. Peace.